What's going on, everybody? It's the day after Street Outlaws. I was gonna go live last night and didn't make it. Got a sick youngin'. He's got 2 ear infections and strep throat, so couldn't leave the house. Couldn't leave him. About the best episode I've seen of the season last night. I think. I thought what Sean done was awesome. This is kind of way off subject, but in the description right now is the link to the shirts. I've had several people asking about them, so go check them out. Between 15 and 18 bucks, depending on where you live, and it's the most comfortable shirts you'll ever put on in your life. They are so comfortable. So go check them up, or go check them out. Pick up a couple. I love them. I ain't even got me one yet, so. Here we go. Here's the comments rolling in now. Arkansas. It took how long to beat Chief? Chief's still the fastest. I don't know. He ain't number one. Daddy Dave's car is rolling right now. That car's fast. I got something just kind of completely off subject that I want to ask, because I know that there is, they might be they might sit in the closet and watch my videos, but I know that between both the shows or all 3 of the shows, excuse me, there has to be some of them that watch my videos. I've got comments from them, so I know they watch them. I ain't gonna say they watch them all, but all right, all of these cars on these shows, at least the 405, they're talking, 3 to 4,000 horsepower cars, and all they ever do is street race and no prep race, and on neither one of them are you ever going to put down that much horsepower. The only way that you're ever going to use that much horsepower is somewhere that's got a prep track. And I would love to see these cars, like all of them, or, one at a time, whatever, but all of them go turn these mother up and see what these cars will run. I know a couple of them has, between radials or, big tire stuff, but I want to see what these cars will actually turn. I want to see what these cars will run, times, mile an hour, everything, because there's no point in having 4,000 horsepower if you're never going to use it. It's just more stuff to break, better chance of breaking something, if you know my opinion. So I wanna know what these cars will run. They get, all they do is talk about how much horsepower they got. I want to see it. They did it last, yeah, but not all of them. I'm talking, I want to see them. I want to know what they all run. Here we go. I got a bunch of comments now. I like the feedback on your channel. I see the dung beetle stripped down for its heart. Yeah, it's supposed to give it a Subaru or something like that. He was the best driver, but he's not the fastest. You're talking about Dave. Dave's car's fast. The last, 2 or 3 races that he's run, I mean, it's been within, half a car? I mean, in my opinion, that's, reaction time and, 1 degree of timing in the tune, I mean, they're all, between the top 3, they're all right there together. Except Ryan 3's at 215. Ryan, run 383 or something like that? Okay, here we go. Have you heard anything on Reaper SS doing their podcast? What do you mean, on them or on me? Reaper goes live 3 times a day. Can't win them all, that's true. He held number 1 almost half the season. Yeah, but how many times he raced? 3? 3 or 4? Every time he lost, the guy that he raced, like Dave or Ryan or whoever it might have been, had to race down before they raced back up, and then cars tearing it up and all that. Think of somebody like Dominator. Dominator has raced every single race night 1 to 2 times and has held his position. He deserves that position. But Chief, there's been 3 or 4 race nights that he's never even raced his car, or at least he has it on air. So I'm not saying Chief ain't fast. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm just saying Daddy Dave is fast. That's all I'm saying. Don't get it. Whoa, I'm getting way behind on comments. I had a bunch of people jump on at the same time. PA. Ryan is fastest. He has been the fastest. Right now, I still say Daddy. I've been saying that for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Daddy Dave's got the fastest car on that list right now. Big Chief paints. Sean's toenails. Hey, I tell you what, I have thought for a long time that Sean kind of hides in, behind Chief or in Chief's back pocket, or, he's just a yes man for Chief or whatever. But Sean, just several small things that he's done this season and even in the past season, he kind of has come out on his own, like he's his own person now. He's not just Chief's follower or Chief's yes man. He's done. Last night that was a damn stand up thing to do. You could tell it just pissed him off. Either that or he knew what was wrong with the score, because that last pass it was rolling. Got a lot of comments coming in. I seen one while ago about, okay, how do I reach you about doing shirts for you? Are you talking about making shirts? Email me. I got somebody that's doing them right now, and like I said, I'm not spending a whole lot on these shirts. I have a lot of ideas for shirts, and the money that is being made off of these shirts, which isn't but like, $1 or $2 a piece, is I'm going to turn around and reinvest them into some more shirts with some sayings that I got that I think that anybody who's into this type of stuff will like. So but the link is right up under you right now, right up under me right now. He should be the fastest car when they're out of town. Hell, they don't ever go out of town. Low fours. Who run low fours? Man, every one of them's running what 420s or lower. Have you heard anything about Reaper doing a podcast? I think Lutz will be in the top 3. I don't. Lutz car is so unaerodynamic or non-aerodynamic or whatever. I don't think Lutz is going to hold himself in the top 3. If he does, he won't stay there. Shane should be off the list as well. I agree. Jackie Knox, man, I really didn't see that. I was thinking about that the other day, about which I've had a lot of comments and a lot of questions about people asking me who I think should come back or who would I like to see back and stuff. And we all know that truck is fast, so I would like to see it come back. And maybe Jackie's this 2 years he's been off, he's learned how to drive. Who knows? Reaper was shady last night. I hadn't watched it. Talking about me. You have made enough money to go see them all personally and ask how fast they are at the real track. They're not going to the real track. They're not going and spraying prep down and hanging it down, letting their balls hang and run them. They're just not. Reaper does have the horsepower, just needs a new driver. Our new tuner one. I've seen Reaper drive. Reaper can drive. I've seen it happen. So I don't know. Either he needs a new tuner or he needs somebody getting his car set up or something, because that's his problem every race night. Chief will take back number 1 next week, guaranteed. I'm calling it. Probably, but I'm gonna say that Daddy Dave goes off the season number 1. Do you attend No Prep as a spectator? Not No Prep Kings. Not No Prep Kings. I don't. No Prep races, yes, but man, I tell you, yes, I do. Wait, the ones for you? What, the shirts for Varley? Send me emails, JEASTRACING@gmail.com. Hey, I don't know where you're located, but the hardest part with that's going to be like designs and stuff like that. I'm a face-to-face type person. It's hard for me to explain what I'm really looking for. What happened with Derek? Derek's still around. He's still racing, not on the streets, but there's a lot of street stuff that goes on that you don't never see on TV, real street stuff, and Derek's there. You know, Derek goes to most of the big races. He's still around. His car's fast, but he evolution, man. It's just evolution. He didn't evolve quick enough and fast enough to keep up with him. Look at all the shit Dave had to change to beat Chief. Chief still has the same motor since day one. Motor's not everything it takes to be fast, man. And it's a big part of it, but you know, Dave hadn't changed no more than anybody else. And I'm not just sitting here bashing on Chief and, you know, praising Dave neither. But it takes so much more than a motor. It takes a little bit of everything, and who says that Chief still has the same exact one? You know, he's had so many problems with it, I guarantee it's not the same one. Jeremy was awesome. Yeah, go check out Jeremy's Instagram page. He kind of keeps stuff updated there. But I think, like Jeremy, I think the drama of the show was just too much. Chief puts like 5 sets of bearings in it. Like, yeah, I think his car supposedly isn't eating as many bearings now. Can't find your email. All you have to do is go to your email and send me one. It's JEASTRACING@gmail.com. Appreciate it, Richard. I just read that. Man, anybody that I can help, I will. I would not be where I'm at right now if it wasn't for the people, you know, people on here. So that's the only reason I do this. Ryan was 4/10 behind Lights Out King Stevie Fast. I didn't know that. I think Stevie Fast is way more consistent with it. Which car was Stevie Fast driving, Shadow or what? Hey man, there's with me doing this right here on YouTube with, you know, Street Outlaws and street racing and stuff, there is so many different races going on every single weekend that, you know, and plus I have a, you know, full-time job. I am a football coach, baseball coach. I have, you know, a full-time life outside of this. It's hard to keep up with everything. A lot of the stuff that I learned from, you know, on here. So I enjoy mixing it up just as good as anybody. They have a button with them to bleep out. Type your email in here, brother, and I'll send you. Type your email in where? I like Reaper. He needs more. I have no problem with Reaper. You know, I don't think that Reaper sees or understands his own mistakes and the things that he does that is kind of playing games, you know, but he is the first to gripe about everybody else doing it. It's just kind of my little theory I have going. Chief says getting too big, he will lose everything soon. Green just taking, man, I have heard so much, and I have said it before I heard it, you know, that it's going down, but I'd hate to see it go, but it's going to.
What are you doing?
And there's a bunch of comments right here. Was nice the fireball team was helping. Hey, I did see that last night when everything was going down there at the end between Reaper and Sean. The fireball crew was out there helping Reaper, and you know, fireball crew actually built Jackie Knox's truck, and it's, you know, a blow-through Pro Charger. So, you know, maybe he has something going. You know, I don't know. Maybe they're all in cahoots. And in one of the live feeds that Reaper done, he said that, you know, him and Ryan was like best friends. So maybe there is something going on there. Who knows? Have to hang on. It's too bright out here. I can't see the screen. I don't know what it is about walking in that shop. You'll lose service in a heartbeat sometimes. Sometimes you won't. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get away from that dog barking. Where do you think Chief will be? Number one. Chief may get it back next week, but I feel like Daddy Dave will go off season 11. Number one. I thought Ryan ran a 383, but 385. You can say that about anyone. Wait, I don't know if this is directed toward me or not. You can say that about anyone money takes over. I feel like Chief has handled it well. People make mistakes, and Discovery needs that type of drama to keep the show going. Yeah, and you know, everybody does make mistakes, and you know, if you've never had any kind of fame, lost connection. There we go. We're back. I'm back in the garage where I'm at. I'm in the shop. I lose every bit of service, but you can say that about anyone. Money takes over. I feel like Chiefs. Oh, you know, you never really know till you're in that scenario, I guess. Dominator is way too nice on the show. They say that Dominator's that nice of a guy anyway. I don't know. You got to quit walking around and keep dropping your connections. I know there was a dog wouldn't shut up barking out here. I tried to walk in the shop and it lost it. Sometimes I can sit in there and it'd be perfect. Sometimes I lose it. I don't know. Sorry about that though. I lost about half my viewers when that happened, but I'm back. There's two list races left. I noticed that last night. I wonder if they're going out of town. You know, they haven't went anywhere. They have had two different people come from out of town, and both of them was horrible. But I hope that they go out of town this season. But you know, they didn't say 2 more episodes. They say 2 more list races. It'll probably be 2 more list races, and you know, one of them shows where it shows old footage or something about who's number 1 and who's been number 1 and all that crap. Ryan sent one of his guys to help with his converter. Chuck is a possibility to be number 1. Not this season. He won't. There's too many fast guys. It's going to take more than 1 or 2 nights to get there, unless they do some type of crazy, crazy deal where 2 list races in 1 week or something. I have seen them do that before. So Chief will end the season number 1. I don't know. I feel like if they ever do anything for the reality side, it will be Make Daddy Dave number 1, and then the last episode will be recount of Daddy Dave being number 1, and everybody that has a vehicle in Oklahoma's car. Ryan should have took Chief's spot, especially since Chief pulled that small tire shit against Canada. Man, I still don't believe that. That whole Canada small tire stuff. If you notice, they was talking about that was dirty, and then they was all hugged up on each other last night. So I fully believe that all that was known before. That was all scripted. Every bit of that was scripted. The only thing that is not scripted on this show is the actual racing. Yeah, that was staged. Oh, Dustin Davis, I got a package from you today. I hadn't opened it yet. I just now thought about it when I seen your name. I would open it right now live, but I'm, if it's something not PG-13, I can't. I'll get demonetized for it. Sean will be on his game soon. It makes me wonder if that the deal with Sean. It makes me wonder if that was the cash days that happened the very first of the season. He was fast then, consistently fast, and now since then, it's a wash. And I wonder if all that was filmed after or before, how that worked. I did not know the Elko had 481X. Man, like, what? Half the list has 481X. The I got a video coming on the Elko, man. It's gonna be a good video. It's gonna be a really good one. It's not just about right now. It's about from the time that Chief bought the Elko from Texas to now, kind of like the evolution of it. It's gonna be a pretty good video. So why is Doc? All right, I'm gonna address this. Why is Doc so hell bent on staying a nitrous car? He'll be so much more of a contender with a different power adder. Doc in PRI 2017, Doc introduced that 959 cubic inch motor, 56, whatever it is. Well, like in real life, he just now got that car or that engine in that car. Actually, like this past weekend, I'm not even sure if like today it's even running or not, because he missed Armageddon because of that. I feel like he's kind of looking at Kai Kelly. That's Kai Kelly runs him 1,000 horsepower nitrous engines, which he's got Pat Musey in his back pocket, and Doc don't. But Doc's got Morgan and Sons in his back pocket, so I mean, it's kind of. I feel like he's going to try that because Doc wants to remain different. Doc's personality doesn't shine, or he doesn't have a personality to shine on the show. He's got to do something to make himself stand out, and nitrous is that. That's kind of a theory. I don't know if it's true or not, but Kai's a damn good dude, and I don't have a problem with Kai at all. Chief has Pontiac motor, not small block. I'm pretty sure that it's considered a small block. The cubic inch of it, it's not a it didn't start out as a 455. That's what you're thinking. It was a small block 400 Pontiac that has been stroked to a 482. Pretty sure. Dave 1, Sean 2, Ryan 3, Chief 4 for next season. Get a new race master, lose Chief. I think I said that. I've been doing this about 15 months now, and I said that a long time ago. You can't have, and I tell you what, how many out there is podcast listeners, or was before it ended? How many listen to the podcast? Come on, give me some answers. Pontiac 389 to 455, same basic block. I'm not a Pontiac guy, man. I can't. Okay, I got a couple people saying yes podcast. Do you remember it was like one of the last ones. It was either, there was 49 total podcasts with 3 missing, so you had 48. One of the last ones, it would have been after Chief won Bristol, and they had a whole no prep show, or a podcast. It was talking about Bristol and him having to beat Barron's in with weights and why they didn't do no prep and all that. Does anybody remember that episode? And the reason that is bringing this up, yesterday while I was at work, I had my music playing on my iPad, and it was playing that, and he was talking about how one of the reasons they didn't like no prep was because of the double dipping. The race master was the guy who made the decisions, and you just couldn't have that conflict of interest. What is the difference in what he's doing right now? Absolutely nothing. And as soon as he said that, and I was busy, I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention, but when he said that, I just kind of stood there for a second. I was like, damn, how you go, that is, the pot calling the kettle black. It doesn't, why? I have no idea. I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that out there. I noticed that yesterday, and I was gonna. You bro vlogs and gaming. Can you give me a shout out? What's up? What's up? Pontiac only made one size block. Only difference is the bore and stroke. I don't know. I know Pontiac and Oldsmobile. There's several of them that had had 350s, and it wasn't the same 350. I'm just be honest with you. I don't know. I can't comment on that because I don't know. If it was Ford, Chevrolet, I could, or even a little bit Dodge. I'm a Pontiac guy. And I almost bought a Trans Am before I bought that Corvette. I don't know, what is it, like 2002 or 2002, the Ram Air Trans Ams. I think that's some of the most beautiful cars, late model beautiful cars ever made. They couldn't even drive their cars 30 miles without them overheating. Man, they couldn't drive their cars 10 miles without overheating. When they crossed the finish line, they shut them down. And then they sat there and let them cool. That's one reason why it takes so long to run races. It ain't like cash days or something where we're at the end of the 8th mile. They, run several and then drive them back all at once. They run them, bring them back and shoot the shit, and then there's so much stuff that I feel like they could do different. But son has a 69 Firebird setting in my 67 convertible GTO. 69, I was setting by. It said setting in. Like, how the hell have you got a car sitting inside of another car? Should have to have a radiator. Yeah, I think about what, season 2 or 3 they got rid of radiators. And I mean, it's all evolution. It's all just one person wanted to be faster than the next. I mean, and that's all. They changed it from street cars to street race cars. It's just part of it. It's part of evolution, I guess. It's part of, what if I'm number one, a sponsor gonna give me this and that, Yeah, if they have X amount of races to do on a race night, and they know they have a 3 o'clock curfew, and unless something, somebody crashes, or somebody oils a road down, or something like that, if it's a uneventful night in that aspect of it, there's no reason why they can't get all the races done. There's no reason why. I've seen it where, if they have people call somebody out after the races, I could understand that. But when they're in their, meeting at the beginning of the night, and they come up with, 5 races, 6 races, there's no reason why they can't get all that done. Dave drove smooth around Chief last night. He did. I thought Chief got him. When Chief had, 2 out of the hole? I've seen Megalodon pick up 2 out of the hole, or, Chief had 2 on Megalodon out of the hole, and he reeled him in. But in 1/8 of a mile on a turbo car, if you got 2 out of the hole, good luck catching that. I mean, and Dave, he drove smooth around him. It was they're supposed to be streetcar engines, don't even have to water jackets. The blocks are filled, only good for 1 pass and a 45-minute cool down. I've always wondered if the water blocks or the water jackets was blocked off, or they just filled it with something else, or what. I've always wondered that myself. Oh yeah, small blocks can turn a lot higher. That's why them turbos. Yeah, that's why them turbos work so much. Which a Pro Charger in theory is the same basic concept of how it works as far as shoving air down in it, but it's the same concept. All of the same concept. Getting air in, getting air out is horsepower. That's just how it breaks down. Chief broke halfway down. What do you mean? Did anyone see Phantom Race Dave? I didn't. I wanted to go back and watch that. There was a lot of races that I wanted to see. There was a lot. Did anybody see Chief just about lose his stuff at Outlaw Armageddon? He done an amazing job at saving the crow. He about lost it. He done an amazing job. Chief runs the aftermarket Pontiac block. Yes. Yeah, nobody. And that fast, there isn't a single person there that's going to run a factory style. I mean, it'd be a factory style, but there's no one that could run a factory block. It's insane. Yeah, the Chief didn't wreck. Man, that's awesome. I thought he had lost it. I believe, I don't say anybody else, but most anybody else there, if they would have got in that predicament, they would have lost that car. There's no way they could have saved it. Them tires on the back, them big fat slicks, has got such of a sidewall and are so soft. When one gets to rolling like that, it's gonna lose it. You can pull your chutes and it'll straighten it up, but when are you doing more to the Corvette? And I've done a few things to it, and I've got a few things to do to it. I'm to the point, I think, that I have to decide which way to go. Like, do I want it to be NA? Do I want to, I always said I was wanting to put a single turbo on it, but I don't. I need to decide what I want to do. Like, I want to put cam and heads on it, but there's no sense in ordering a cam unless I want to get it. Go ahead and order one through or for, what I'm going to do down the road. So I'm kind of in lingo, or I'm just trying to figure out the best way to go at it, because you're talking what, $800 for a custom grind can. It's gonna cost a few dollars. And I thought about reaching out to Texas Speed and seeing if they want to do something, but I gotta, I don't want to call them and have them try to build something or do something or try to come up with something and then me not have the funds to pay for it right now. So I want to wait till I get everything ready. I have a couple of videos I want to do with it. It'll probably be this weekend or Friday before I do it. Due to time, we got a jamboree or a football game here in about an hour and a half. So time is very precious right now for me. Let me get back up here to where I was at. JJ is a hustler. JJ is real street. JJ, if JJ will learn from the mistakes the Chief and the 405 crews had, stay true to himself, true to the show, to the roots of the show, JJ will have something there that will carry on for a while. A lot of people like JJ, and I think one of the reasons is they like him so much now is because they didn't like him to begin with, or they didn't know how to take him. They didn't, they just didn't know how to take him. So now they are, and they just like him, and that's the whole family thing. And I don't remember if it was this week or last week. We was watching Street Outlaws, or me and my son was, my dad, and my wife, they was arguing. It was just beep, 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 beep. My wife was, griping about, there's no sense in that. It's what are you watching? Just went to griping, and most guys, they'll kind of look over that type of stuff, but that will deter people from watching it. It's just part of it. Texas Speed is an hour away from me, so if I order some stuff, you can run by there and pay for it. That'd be nice. LS9 cam is $160 and works for boost. I want a custom cam. And I'll tell you something else too. Where I live, I'm sure there is, but I don't want to go to I got to find somebody that knows how to tune. I feel like I could get, I don't know, probably, I feel like I could pick up a good bit in the car the way it is, with a spray that's on it, and not have to do anything but tune it. The car's not been tuned for spray, so, there's a bunch. I've got to do a lot of research, a lot of stuff. I'm behind. It's going to take me a minute. I do want to get the vet faster because it's losing its new and losing everything for me, and I'm just not super into it right now. I gotta spend some money on it and get it rolling. It's like anything. You drive any type of sports car, when you get it, it feels fast, but after a little while, it's not, and I guess the news wore off. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Punk ass Pontiac motor. Props to Sean for calling Reaper's bluff. Yeah, that was alright. Like I said, Sean has kind of turned into his own person more than I've seen him ever. You could listen to the podcast, and if Chief said something, or Chief and Sean disagreed on something in the podcast, you could hear Sean start backpedaling just so he could agree with Chief. I want to be my own person, screw it if you don't like it. That's how I am. If I listen to everybody, that disagreed with me or hated on me or was jealous or whatever, I wouldn't be right here right now, because I'd have done gave up a long time ago. Keep it up, Jeremy. Always appreciate the see. I just got out of my mouth, people's hating, and look, there's somebody right the next comment talking about somebody liking it. Zip tie still around. Yeah, zip tie still around. Zip tie. And I don't think you can kill that car. If Midget didn't kill that car when she rode it 15 times, you can't kill that car. PayPal. I mean, oh man, you got to pay for it. Oh, Killer Cab, man, that's a beautiful car. Love it. When will season 2 Memphis start? Fall. It's what I have been told by a couple different people. I'm gonna get off here in a few minutes. Check out Faster Prom. Oh yeah, Jeremy at Faster Proms. I know who he is. Not personally, but he's one that messes with Leroy, and yeah, I watch all them guys. Faster Proms, man, that's probably the best tuner in the United States on a street type car anyway. There's a 70 Nova here in my hometown that is a street driven, has been 411s and 171 in the World Street Finals here in Orlando, Florida on DOT tire through a 4-inch flow. Damn, a muffler car has been 411 street car. It's got a radiator and all in it, and it's like factory type, frame rails and stuff, or what? Rick H said that. Custom cam not worth the money in most cases. I agree, but I want to get everything I can get out of. Is what I guess I'm saying is I'm not going to tear that car down, put a cam in it for some views on here when that's not my end goal with the car anyway. You know what I mean? I don't want to do it and then 3 or 4 months from now or 6 months from now try and do it again. That's just not me. I don't have time to do it, and I damn sure ain't gonna pay nobody to do it. So I got a buddy that he's reached out to me about doing some stuff. He's got a little pony car, Mustang, and talking about wanting to do some stuff on here. He's not trying to start a channel or anything, but just wants to help. And like I've said on here before, there isn't but probably 15 or 20 people that I know personally, like other than family, that I know personally that even know I have this YouTube channel. I do not advertise this YouTube channel to anybody that I know personally, so it's hard for me to go ask a bunch of people, about finding somewhere to tune and, a performance shop, I guess you'd say, around here. There's plenty of places that sell parts, but I need some advice, somebody that I can trust to tune it and stuff like that. A dyno, I don't even have a local dyno, so that's something I need to look for and find. And what happened to Barefoot Ronnie? Barefoot Ronnie, what do you mean what happened to him? He's still around. He hadn't evolved with everybody else enough to, I shouldn't say that, I like Ronnie Pace, but he hadn't evolved enough to stay competitive with these guys. What's up, Charlotte? We at 38. I'm gonna go here in just a few minutes. I gotta go get ready for football practice, guys. The Nova's a back half car, working lights, horn wipers. It's run what that car weighs. To qualify for the street. Oh, I love those races where you got to drive so far to be able to compete. That's a street car. Barefoot Ronnie was at Army, yeah. 2840. What's a light car for a Nova? You said it was a 70 Nova. Let me roll back up here. For a 70 Nova, that's light. The G Murder Nova, didn't that light? NMRA does a good job with that. What, the National Mustang Racer Association? I used to be a member of that. I think I've had something like 8 or 9, not counting the one I got now. Later model from 85 and up. I had an 85, a 95, a 91, a 93. The latest I had was a 95. I wanted an 05, but because I'd had 85, which was the last of the carbureted, a 95, which was the last of the 302, in the conventional type V8, and 05 was the first year of the new body style. I wanted all 3 of them, but I ended up selling them all. What do you think Monza will get his car figured out? What do you mean? That's something that just kind of random here. My TV last night, I had to go move a tree, a branch, because it popped up and said that it was losing satellite signal. And I missed like the first like 6 or 7 minutes of the show, so I don't know what happened there. When I started watching it last night, it was Farm Truck and Asian racing little scooters, and I was curious as to if they was ever going to show the damage to Monza's car. I haven't seen it yet. I mean, I know the car's running in real life right now, but did it ever show the, or does anybody know where you can find, like where the car was wrecked? Have you seen the Fireball Pro Mod run? I haven't seen it run. I know he's got it and it runs, but I haven't seen it make a pass. Like I said, there's so much stuff that you got to keep up with. Different races and 100 different people that, if I miss one thing that somebody done, I start getting bitched at. You got to do your job, do some research, blah 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 blah. And hell, there's 100 different people racing at 100 different tracks and 100 different events going on. How in the world is one person supposed to, keep up with all this? If anybody sees anything interesting or odd or something, send me a link to it through my email. I'd love to see it. Oh, anybody that's on here right now that wasn't a while ago, look in the description right now, and there's a link to the shirts. Man, I just cannot express how comfortable these shirts are. I'm wearing another one just like it right now. It's a Gildan. It's like a dry fit shirt. They are very simple, and very comfortable and very cheap. And the only thing that the picture does not show that there is a weathered American flag on the sleeve. So y'all need to pick up a couple of them. Let's get them out there. I have some awesome ideas that I feel like y'all will get on it if y'all will want one if y'all see the ideas that I have going. But I want to kind of see how these go. I don't want to spend a bunch of money in graphics and somebody coming up with it and all that if I'm not selling any. Never too much racing. Do you plan on going to Lights Out 10 next year? I hope to meet up with you there. I thought about going to a lot of stuff next year. I had planned on doing it this year. Just I kind of got handed a lot of responsibility with youth sports. I'm on the board with youth sports around here, so it and kids come before anything. So that's one reason why I haven't been to any live events and stuff. Can you post a link again? I cannot find it. Or for the shirts, go to the description, like under this video right now, or I may have to wait till the video uploads. I'm not sure. I was gonna put the link in the video itself, like at the top, and I couldn't. Can't do it unless it's a trusted site or something like that. That's what they said. Yeah, they said here's one that says I want to go during the week when they test, not as much crowding. If I went, that's when I would want to go. And I would also want to get a media pass. I'm not sure I could get one, but I feel like I could. Like, I don't know. I haven't looked lately, but like National No Prep Racing Association, my channel was bigger than theirs, and they're at every one of them. Hell, they're at race night in OKC, and I don't know. Hell, to be honest with you, if I went down there and I might get jumped on by one of these guys, as much truth as I say on here. If you are in full screen, you won't see the link. No, dude, the link is in the description. Like, scroll down a little bit, and it'll be in the description of the video. How do you find time with your schedule? Tell me. Yeah, I don't know. The only reason I'm on here live right now is because my son's sick. He's got a double ear infection and strep throat, and I had to take off work today to watch him because I just didn't have nobody to watch him, and that's the reason I'm able to be live right now. But the most time that I have is after 8 o'clock, and I've got to get back up at 5 a.m. So it's worth it though. I mean, I enjoy it. I love it. It's something to do, it's the best way to connect with more people that is into the same interest as me, I guess is the best way to say it. What's your prediction on Bristol? Won't be Chief. I really don't feel like it'll be Chief. I'd have to look back at the invitation or who's going to be there. Chuck's fast. You know, Megalodon just won. Megalodon's fast. I'm pretty sure Megalodon will be there. Birdman. There's several heavy hitters. Just, you know, one of those races is always it's a toss up. I mean, I can tell you who I think will advance, but you know, it's you never really know. Can you post a link again? I cannot find it. Man, I wish I had that package right here with me. I don't want to walk out there to get it right now. I'll lose service. I got right now. What was it? Dusty? Yeah, Dusty Davis. Right now, you looking at $50, buddy, because nobody else has sent anything. So you're the only one. I have one person who sent something for the giveaway. $50. All you got to do is send something to the P.O. Box. You know, we as a channel will figure out what the best is. P.O. Box 431, Jacksonville, Alabama 36265. Right now, I have one package that I have got, so looks like he's gonna get it if nobody else wants to play along. Whoa, I've lost something here. Printed 500 Gildan dry fits today. Pro Street Hustler. Do you own like a screen printer, or you work for somebody, or what? Sick kids do suck. Being a dad, working and coaching is hard. I've coached for 8 years: softball, baseball, basketball, and soccer. Baseball, and I was a head coach for baseball. I'm assistant coach for football, and it's there's so much more to it than what people think. You know, if you're a parent who don't coach, you can walk in there and just, you know, drop your kid off and do what you got to do. If I wasn't a coach, I could sit over there and edit while he was practicing. But man, I'm not a stand around type guy. I'm a guy to be in the middle of it type person. I couldn't watch my kid run around out there, or any kids, and, you know, see them doing anything wrong or anything like that, and me not be able to hands-on help them. You know. Said you're home. Send me an email. Anybody who is in the shirt business or in the sticker, graphics, any type of promotional whatever business, send me an email. And let's talk. I'll tell you more about why I'm kind of looking still. But send me an email, jeastracing@gmail.com. We'll figure it out. Will Bristol be live? What do you mean, like aired somewhere? I'm not sure. Send me an email, Pro Street. Y'all, it's been 48 minutes. When it gets to 50 minutes, I'm gone. Does Chief and Murder Nova have butt sex? I don't know. There we go. Well wishes to your son. Yeah, and he couldn't go to practice yesterday, and we say a prayer at the end of every practice, and any kid who has something they need prayed about, you know, we let them tell us, and we all say a prayer and, you know, ask for, you know, that prayer to be answered. And like I said, mine was sick yesterday, but me being a coach, I went on out there and helped the kids. And yes, that's the right email. I went on out there and helped the kids, and the other kids was wanting everybody to pray for Braden where he'd get to feeling better. So I thought that was pretty awesome, especially coming from a bunch of, you know, 7, 8, 9-year-olds, that they thought that much about another child. You know, I think that's cool. I don't know if it'll be aired live. I really don't. I do know that there'll be so many people there. National No Prep, Tom 80, you know, like I will promote Tom 80 to the end. I think that he is one of the best in the business at it, and I wish that he would I wish his channel would grow to prove to him, I guess is the best way to say it, to prove to him that he can do it, and that his channel is worthy, and just as worthy as any of the rest of them. He could get the media pass. What he's doing is filming from the stands, guys, and the videos are that good of quality. I mean, he is just as good as any of the rest of them, if you'll know my opinion. And if he had a media pass where he could get down front, his videos would be next level compared to anybody. Go check out Tom 80 if you haven't checked him out already. All right, guys, it's been 50 minutes. What do you think about Stevie Fast? I think he's fast. I think he's insane fast. Can you run nitrous with a tarp? You can. Alright guys, I'm gone. I got a video coming on Kamikaze in a day or two. Y'all need to check it out. But I'm getting off here, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Godspeed, guys. See you.